Market yourself and
Mike Mitchell.
what's the column called?
Oh, sorry. We have the TNT section. It's tools and technology.
All right, and there's magazines here you could grab, and then by the entrance there are Deck Specialist magazines you could get as well. Make sure that you stop by booth 5905 to subscribe too. You're not going to want to miss it. It's a free magazine, and it's full of really great stuff. I'm also there. You go. Perfect. I'm also the host of the We Love Deck Builders podcast and recent author of the Deck Builder Marketing Playbook. If you guys are interested in any marketing tips, you could grab a copy. So we got an amazing lineup today.
Press it. Not yours, not yours. Oh, there you go. One more time. There you go. Yeah, I think so.
We're live streaming, so you know.
Almost.
No,
Almost live stream. Now we're good?
We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, all right, all right. Good to see you. So we got an amazing lineup here today, including a couple of my clients, I'm very happy to say. Everyone here is really devoted to setting standards in the industry and really have a passion for moving this industry forward. And really hope that we get some folks here so you guys can hear what they have to say. I like to make my sessions interactive, so y'all need to be sitting there figuring out what your questions are, and then I'm going to be asking you along the way. We will have Q&A afterward, but I think it's nice to be able to raise your hand and engage in the conversation. So don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right. First off, we have Mike Mitchell to the right of me. He is the owner of Mitchell Construction in the Chicagoland area. Mike is a second-generation builder who prides himself on providing an exciting client-centered experience from start to finish. With a focus on low-maintenance outdoor spaces, he's earned awards like the Trex Stellar Service Award and is an active voice in the industry. And as I mentioned, both Andy and Mike are fellow columnists in the Deck Specialist magazine, sharing insights in their column Tools and Technology. Next to Mike, we have Andy Henley. He's the founder of Henhouse Decks. Andy has built a reputation in Hartville or Akron, Ohio, is the bigger city that we like to say. Yep. We're actually from the same area, very small area. So he's known for thinking outside of the box and for setting the bar high with his unique designs. He's a complete visionary, you guys. Known for creating the iconic guitar deck, Andy believes every project should be more than a deck. It should be a statement that stands apart from the rest. Next to him, we have Levi Tippett. As president of TC Decks, Levi has nearly 20 years of experience building meticulously crafted decks in the Utah Valley. Levi brings a wealth of practical knowledge to every project, always focused on improving both his work and the industry, and is known for his commitment to quality. And last but not least, we have Sean Miller. He is currently the alternative decking category manager at Advantage Lumber. Sean has been in the industry for decades, having owned his own decking company for years and managing up to 12 crews at a time. Formerly the director of NADRA, Sean's seen every side of the industry and knows how to build a business that scales effectively. So if you guys would all agree, we've got a powerhouse panel up here, and we're in for a session full of insights that you can take back to your business. So let's get into it. So the first question is, how do you grow demand for your company and increase project sizes? Whoever wants to go first.
So, you guys hear me?
Give it a second. Try it now.
Hello? Hello?
Yep.
You guys hear me
I don't
now?
think the volume's that good on the second mic.
Hello?
Good.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Can you hear me on this one?
Yeah.
Can
Put it
make,
on my lip?
make out with the microphone.
Yeah, I got no. All right, what was the question again?
All right,
Got
let's do it.
derailed.
Yes. How do you grow demand for your company and increase project sizes?
So for me, growing demand in mind was coming up with a unique space, something that isn't just a cookie cutter deck. I have this slogan and I live and breathe this slogan, which is it's not just a deck, it's a hen house deck. And I feel like everybody should have that mindset when they're at a project. I mean, a lot of people, homeowners and people think we were talking about this at breakfast today, that it was, they spent all this money on this new house or something, and then they just put little effort into a deck project. And I think as professionals in the industry, it's important for us to tell customers that, it's more than just a deck. It's something that is a statement piece. It's something you create memories on, and you can make it unique. You want to be. Most of my customers, they're giddy to have company come over and they want to show off the deck. That's like my best form of referral is the customers just can't wait to show off their new hen house deck. And that's more of because it's just something different than all these little square decks. So for me, that's what's really taken my business to the next level.
I would say to add to that is the experience of building a deck. Everybody's got this stigma of how a construction project goes. It's, it's messy, it's delayed, it's, just a headache all the way through. And one of the things that we really try to promote is how that process is actually going to be fun. You're going to enjoy your time from the design through, all the way through to the very end. You shouldn't have to deal with all of those problems.
So, hey, before I answer your question, April, I just wanted to give a shout out to Brandon Casey. He was supposed to be here. I took his place reluctantly, but that guy set the bar super high for me. He couldn't make it to Deck Expo this year because of some health issues, I believe. But that guy has been just bent out of shape about not being able to come. I think you know Brandon. That guy is a huge inspiration and a great mentor to a lot of us in the industry. So we miss you, Brandon.
Brandon,
You're
if you're
probably
watching,
live.
miss you.
Hopefully watching live.
Hi, Brandon.
Okay, so when I started my company, I'd mentioned before, it was about 4 years ago, I went from the framing industry to the deck industry. I don't know how it is in your guys' markets, but it is insanely saturated where I'm at. It's like every person that has a nail gun owns a decking company. So I wanted to set myself apart as high-end custom deck builder. And in trying to do that, it was like trying to find all these different creative ways to set myself apart from the competition. Number one, I knew I had to be a member of the North American Deck and Railing Association. Any good deck builder, you can pay me later, is a member of this industry. And then number two, I knew that you kind of have to get your brand out there, your logo. My logo is not super intricate. It's very simple, very easy. But I mentioned before, I have this gigantic trailer that is wrapped. Just a beautiful trailer wrap. I put my sign on it and it's actually backlit. So I'm driving down the street at night, it's glowing. So I think that was a huge benefit for me in showing my brand. As I mentioned, I've been around here for decades. I don't think I'm really that old, but I definitely am. It's really fun to see the changing of the guard, I would say, as we see younger talent come in and the new things they bring. But over the years, what was really beneficial to me was staying ahead of the industry, staying ahead of what the new trends were going to be. And even if our customers really weren't interested in having the latest, the greatest, the newest, they wanted to work with a company that knew what was out there and what was available. So for me, in growing my business over the years was being a leader, being out in front, offering new products that when glass rail was like, oh my God, why would you do glass rail? To metal balusters, to difference in framing, just to be ahead. And even though most of the time it didn't lead to the sale, they didn't include the glass railing or the new product, they knew they were dealing with a company that was taking them to a new place.
So what I'm hearing is really you guys have found something that makes you stand out, something that's unique about the way that you build or the approach that you take. This there anyone in the audience that has something unique that you want to share with everyone that you do that helps you stand out? I mean, this is literally answering the question of how do you grow demand for your company and increase your project sizes? These fellows are saying that's where it starts. All right. Yes? No?
I'm called Ben. You started a new business, right? What are you doing that is separating you from your competition? Sorry to put you on the spot, Ben.
So the products that I offer and the design capability that I offer to everyone else sets me apart from other competitors in my area. You know, just looking up to Brandon and looking up to Andy, you know, the way they do their stuff and design practice and craftsmanship. I just a little cookie cutter. My average square foot is around 8 to 9 foot. So, you know, it's all artist craftsmanship and the design that goes into it. Communication is always going to be a big factor for me.
Can you repeat it?
What's that?
Can you just repeat it so the live stream?
Oh,
What he said?
yeah. So Ben, what's the name of your new business, Ben? Sunnyside Decks. Ben, he's out of Kentucky, Indiana border. He was saying what separates him is the high quality products that he's using, which I think is awesome. I mean, a lot of these guys, they'll just go to Lowe's or their local lumber yard, and whatever they're offering is what they sell to the customer. And I feel that as professional deck builders, you're kind of shortening the customer out because there's so many awesome products that you see walking around here. I like Ben's approach of making sure that he values his craft enough to make sure the customers know that they're getting good products. And these are products that he probably has relationships with the manufacturers, which just ultimately help grow your business. So I'm looking forward to seeing his new company take off. So.
And he also mentioned the design aspect of it, and that is a huge thing to be able to show the customer what they're going to get before they decide what it is that they want. A lot of people don't even know what they want until they see it. So the design side of that was another part.
What is your target price range that generates the best net profits?
You know, I think everybody needs to know what their bottom line is. You need to know what your day-to-day costs, what it costs you per month to be in business. And from there, you can set your profit margin. And if you're doing that properly, it doesn't really matter which product you're using, you set your right profit margin. You're going to have more room if you stay towards the higher end, and we see a lot of bigger builders today selling the upper end of all the product lines. But if you price yourself smartly and you use the low end, you can make just as much profit. And sometimes more. Sometimes the bigger deck isn't always the best product. You know, sometimes you have to say no. If the customer has an expectation that they can build this project, let's say 150,000, and you're doing the numbers like, there's no way. You better just say no and not take what might be a beautiful deck if you're going to lose money and go sell 3 or 4 $20,000 jobs that make great profit.
I would say for us, it's that the most profitable jobs are always the ones that are in the middle. So depending on where you're at in your cycle of building, you know, when we started out, that middle project might have been a $20,000 deck. And, you know, we might do a $10,000 deck and not have as much profit because it was small and it just was more logistics involved than needed. And we didn't realize we needed to charge more for that smaller deck. Or the first time you do a $150,000 deck, you know, there might be some issues that you run into along the way that because of it being a bigger project, there was some unforeseen items or things that you didn't get to. And those middle projects are always kind of that most profitable for us because it doesn't have those two end issues. And I think as your projects get bigger, that middle line does definitely grow with it.
Great. In my little experience that I've learned over the past 4 years, I'm trying to separate myself as a high-end custom deck builder right off the bat. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have a minimum price range. So I set kind of an arbitrary number of $20,000 and said, I'm not going to do anything below this, which was great. Great way to kick it off. Last year was really slow. worth it to me to get out of bed. It's the age-old saying that, you know, I can sit home on my butt and do it, so.
We just got a text in from Brendan here, and he said net profit is more important than your gross sales, and that is super important. You could sell $5 million worth of projects, and if you don't have any profit at the end of the day, why did you just do the $5 million for the projects?
Love it. Anybody have anything to add on that? No. Are there tasks you feel could be delegated more effectively to free up your time?
Yeah, definitely. We just got done with the marketing power panel, and I do think marketing is a huge task that you could outsource to a different company to handle that for you. That has certainly taken a lot of hats off of what I'm wearing. Social media, they post stuff for me. Google, these are things I don't really understand as a builder. I think most builders don't understand these algorithms and how they work, right? So to hire a marketing person was a game changer in my business, because it definitely it filled a void of something that I didn't understand, and I still don't understand, but I understand that it's valuable to do that. So to me, I think that was an essential thing.
Say it again. I had a good thought.
Are there tasks you feel could be delegated more effectively to free up your time?
So marketing for sure. And like I mentioned before, I actually wear a lot of hats in my company too. I'd say in order to get rid of most of my stuff, I got married and married a good life. But for me, I love being out on the job and love building the deck, but I'm terrible at selling, I'm terrible at marketing. Well, I should say terrible, I'm getting better, but
Yeah, but are you terrible or do you not enjoy it?
no, that's
Because that's really important to know too.
not good at it.
Alright.
I think that's the great point, that if there's something that someone else is better at doing and that you can outsource it, that's what you need to get rid of. If you don't enjoy it, then you're not gonna put your heart into it. Your business needs to be happy.
Do you have advice for when people should really consider doing that in their business in terms of when they're starting?
Say that again.
I just feel that a lot of people wait to delegate. And I'm wondering, has anybody delegated sooner than later? And have you found that you wish that you would have done it sooner than later, if not?
Yeah, I definitely wish I would have been able to delegate a little bit more. I think most people here that are business owners, you're a business owner because you're ambitious about, you like to work by yourself. Really. You like the things in your own control. At least that is for me. I don't think I'm difficult to work with, but I have a vision and I don't want to compromise my vision. And I think that as my business has progressed, you know, that vision's never been compromised. But the way that I'm starting to get closer to my vision, I had to let go of a lot of stuff. I had to let go of all my sales. I have my brother, I'm blessed that he does a great job at doing sales. I used to just kind of hold that to myself. I'm the guy that does all the sales. I'm the key man in my business. And by having him do that stuff has really, I can coach my kids. I can be home every night at 5. I can, you know, I can live the life that I feel like I was meant to live by being able to delegate those. And I think you can make more money if you, obviously you can make more money if you're not passing off those hats, but at what value are you giving up is what I saw. I mean, it's, you know, I like I said, I'm blessed that I'm home and I'm able to coach, do things that I love to do. And that does come with a price. That comes with an employee or somebody who I have to pay to do something I know how to do. But in the end, I've never been more happy. I'm living the life that I knew I was meant to live, being able to pass those hats off.
Yeah, thank you. So I would say it's a huge impact to grow a team of people that you can delegate almost all of the tasks to, and in order to have the time to have a vision and make those ideas come to fruition, you need a team of people, whether it's in-house employees or subs or teams that work on different parts of your business. Without them, you'll never have enough time to take it up to the next level. So
Just reminded me of an old saying that my grandfather said was that you can find an employee that 75% of the time will make the same decision you've made. You've got a good employee. So I think as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, you're afraid to let things go because they're not going to do it the same way you would do it. And that's important because that's what you get your business on. But your business isn't going to grow if you don't release that. And you've got to accept 75% as a good benchmark.
You're gonna love what I have to say, so I'm the girl on stage. You know what we are as entrepreneurs? We're unicorns, and we expect everyone else to be a unicorn, don't we? So what you just said is really important, and I think that putting a price on your time is also very important. If you can pay somebody else to do something cheaper than what you would pay yourself, you should delegate. What sets an award-winning deck builder's business apart from others?
I wouldn't know.
Say the question again, just so I
What
can.
sets an award-winning deck builder's business apart from others?
So I think, I've won a few awards for these things. And once I started to do that, it gave me accreditation with customers. It built my portfolio up, and I was able to actually capture better projects after showing people what I can do. There's a lot of people that can say, oh, we can do that. I've had people that I've seen on social media take my jobs and try to show home, like promote that they're their jobs, but it's not the real thing. It's more of I'm able to back it up by those national awards and stuff. I do think it's something that there's a little ego in it, if I'm being honest, to be able to design something cool and win an award. But I feel like with that ego also keeps you driving. I want to do it again, and I think that pushes every project that I'm tackling. I take it with an approach of I want to win an award on this thing. It could be 16 by 16, or it could be a humongous deck with a roof, and glass rails. No matter where it's at, I take every time I approach that job, I'm taking it like, man, I'm going to win an award on this deck, and that's kind of taking my caliber of a build to where people say we want this guy doing our deck because he wants the project more than we even want the project. So that's really helped me out with winning those awards and stuff. Mike's got a couple.
I got a couple. Yeah. So I think setting the bar of the fact that you are recognized either nationally or locally for something that is above everybody else really puts the customers, puts them at ease. They know they're going to have a good, solid project. It might be, it might be the design, it might be the install, it might be the customer service. I mean, there's so many things that go into a project, and to have that mindset of, okay, they're going to do it better than anybody else, just puts you in another level.
I noticed in Brendan's email signature, he says 17-time award-winning deck builder.
Yes.
Bam, right?
Yes.
I mean, that makes a big impression. But apart from, making you feel good, how does it make your team feel when you win awards? I mean, I feel like it goes beyond just service level.
Yeah, I actually think that's probably the most special thing about it is when these guys, they're all part of this team that's built this awesome project, and then they don't see the value in submitting. It's just like taking those photos. They don't see the value. They know what they did. They just think differently. But once it gets published in a magazine, or it's an award-winning deck, or it gets a lot of likes and comments and views on social media, I can see it lifts their game. They want to be the best version of them now because they know what they can do, and they kind of like that. They like people, I don't know, appreciating what they're doing. So it kind of gives them a value of more than what it is, just a paycheck now. They're part of something bigger than a paycheck.
So, like I said, I haven't had the opportunity yet to study from that standpoint, but one of the first decks that I did, kind of a professional deck builder, was actually featured on the cover of Deck Specialist magazine. I don't remember what year or what magazine, but having that just little bit of confidence boost definitely inspired me to go out there and build more work, better work. So I think back to your original question of what makes a deck a award-winning deck, or what makes a company get there. I think it's your attention to detail, from start to finish. The moment you get that very first phone call, that instills confidence in your customer that they're dealing with someone who's different than the other competitor. And then trusting you then by taking them products that they may not have seen from anybody else and showing them how we can put this together differently. I think all those things add up and lead you to having an award-winning deck builder. I think it's hard to just say you're an award-winning deck builder. I mean, obviously you won an award, but I think there's a lot of steps that get you there. And there's a lot of little things that you sometimes forget, especially being in the industry and you've won 17 awards. But it's all the little things that get you there that you have to remember along the way. Maybe returning that phone call at 9 o'clock on Saturday, when your customer calls you. That instills confidence in your company and sets you apart, which leads you to those numbers.
What do you guys think the key ingredient to building a successful deck business is in this industry?
I would say number one is communication for me. So from the start, from the initial phone call, listening, paying attention to what the customer wants, communicating with them and with your team, which actually, anyway, that was but communication across all the board will definitely take you up to the next level. And I'd say next step after that is just quality work, because anybody can build to a minimum standard, but when you build above and beyond that, it is recognized. Everybody does realize it, and it shows.
I would say, surround yourself with like-minded people, good people. I think that has really taken me to a whole new level in this industry. Is almost this family we have of deck builders, and we all can. I don't know how many guys I call and just ask opinion. Right? There's 4 of them here looking at, right? And I think that that's essential when you're starting off a business as well. Is find like-minded people, and then if you have a vision, follow that vision. Don't compromise it. Make adjustments as you go. That's at least what I did. I'm sure there's a bunch of ways to skin a cat, but as far as my vision, I never wanted to compromise it. I just figured out ways to achieve that vision by taking off different hats, like I said previously. So that was a big game changer for me.
The key ingredient is love.
Did you say love?
Love.
Oh.
Love what you do.
Yeah. So I kind of like, I have this weird thing where I look at everything in a pie chart and think, okay, what percentage is what, right? And so in this, first thing that comes to mind is hard work, dedication, right? But that's only going to go so far. So what percentage is quality? What percentage is materials, right? You got to pick the right material, the right team. There's all these different, ingredients that you throw into the mix. Which one you put in more effort to, I think is kind of what determines that. I'm still working on that. I'll get you the pie chart. Email it to you later. I think it's a little bit again of what everybody's saying. It's dedication, it's time, it's effort, it's love. It really is love. I mean, you got to love what you're doing. It shows. You got to care about your customer. You got to care about your products you're putting into them. You got to want your product to last a long time and for them to be happy to be out on it. Brag to their friends, brag to their family and friends, want them to promote it. I mean, I think there's bits and pieces of everything that's been said so far that all go into building your business. And it's the balance of putting it all together and what parts of the business work.
I would want to shift the narrative from quality to exceeding expectations, because I feel like that's what you guys really do, And love is really having a passion, and so I think all of these things are great. Does anybody have any questions or anything to add to that? Want to share what your secret sauce is?
Question Joe's out.
Do you guys have any final tips? Maybe even for somebody that's just starting out, or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I would say without plugging it, but I'm still gonna plug them, is NADRA. If you're not a member of NADRA, join NADRA. There is a network of builders in NADRA that can help you take yourself to the next level. establish a relationship with manufacturers. I mean, these manufacturers, they want to help you grow because if you grow, they grow, right? So, and as a business owner, I think it's important that you establish that relationship. It's the same thing with your employees. If you help your employees grow, at the end of the day, you've grown to substantial enough, right? So that's kind of the approach I take with my guys, and I want them to succeed because ultimately it just means that I've succeeded. So that'd be my final words, as Jerry Springer would say. So
In talking about, so, most of what I learned, I've actually, like, as far as quality goes, or different, things that set me apart, I've actually learned off, different deck builders on Instagram. So the first to admit, I'm super addicted to it and spend way too much time on Instagram. But the amount of things that I've been able to implement into my builds, I've learned off, people like Andy and Mike and, all these other incredible deck builders around us. Just, different techniques, ways to improve quality, and then also, industry, people here, like, IG Rail, for example. I've never thought about frameless glass before, but boy, I implemented it and it's incredible. So
I'm gonna rip off that social media one. Not like rip off, I'm just saying to go off of what you just said. One thing that I heard a quote one time, and I'm sure everybody's maybe heard it, I don't know if you haven't, it was a game changer for me, not just with the decking business, but just in life. Comparison is a theft of joy, right? So if you're on social media and you're like, man, how do I get cool projects? I can't get the, don't be defeated. I mean, it took a lot of hard work, and sometimes for me, I was in the right place at the right time when I got the guitar deck. I was blessed to have that. It set the path, but I keep showing up and I keep putting my time in and I network and like I said, surround myself with the best people that I can. And I think those opportunities will present themselves. So if you take one thing away, comparison is a theft of joy. So don't try to compare yourself, just be you.
I'll add one more to that. So one thing that I feel like has really helped me learn was to help other people. So if there's somebody that has questions, be open, help them answer those questions, take them under your wing and give them all the information that you can. And in turn, that all does come back to you. And then when you're ready for somebody to mentor you, they're going to be there and help you through your questions. And
Anything else?
Speechless.
That's just because it was that good. Any questions? All right, all right. Can you hand her the microphone?
What are you all doing to find and retain knowledgeable, quality employees?
the question was, what is everybody doing to find and retain quality employees?
I don't, I ran my business for close to 30 years and never had an employee other than myself. So I've been in that shoes. I've had subcontractors, I've trained my own competitors, I've helped people along the way, which in turn comes back to you. The main thing is I never treated them like they were an employee. I never treated them like they worked for me. For me, it was always, they're coming along beside me. I was never a good carpenter. I've been this long in the industry. I was the president of the association, and I'm actually not a good carpenter at all. So for me, it was always, I couldn't do it without them. And I made sure they knew it, that I needed them every day. I needed them to give as much attention to it as I would, or hopefully 75%, at least give that much. And then I paid them really well. They made more per job than I made. We ran up to 12 crews, and every job walked away with more in their pocket than I put in my own. So I always treated them as equal or better for me. That's what worked for me.
I think it's important to be a good leader. I go back to that vision again. My guys believe in the vision I have because I'm able to prove to them that the vision works. My process that I have with my company, it works. But there's also a lot of things that need adjusted. And it's cool to see my guys starting to make those adjustments for me. Something's not working right because I'm not on the field all the time. I'm not that carpenter. I'm like you. I'd be a terrible carpenter. I don't have the patience. I'm one of those guys that I just want the baby. I don't want the labor pains. You know what I mean? And the guys that are out there, they deal with those labor pains, and they do a great job. But through it all, I am the leader in that thing. I'm making sure that they're happy if there's concerns. I make it a good place to work. You know, something that is almost like a brotherhood or a sisterhood or whatever, right? Like they're part of something bigger than what's there. Even the guy digging compared to the main guy that's putting some sweet freaking inlay. They're all equal to me, and I'm equal to them, and we just tackle it as a team. I'm not henhouse Dax as I sit up here. My team is henhouse Dax, right? I'm Andy Hinley, not henhouse. Henhouse is everybody that is associated with me, and that's what makes that business. So tackle it like that, and I think you'll find success in bringing people want to stick around. You know what I'm saying? So.
I'll add a couple of things on that. You gotta really showcase your culture and what makes you different. And I think that a lot of people struggle with that because a lot of deck builders are modest. So promote your crew and your team, you know? And from my seat, I'm not a deck builder, but I would say accountability and authority. Like give them the authority to be accountable for certain things that they want, and they'll be naturally devoted. And I think kind of what Andy's saying and another client that was just on the Real Deck Builders podcast, they really work hard to build a family. You know, Sean said the same thing, and I think everyone up here does the same. You know, it's not about having an employees, it's about working together to build something beautiful together. You know, it takes time to be able to hand over the vine, let go of the vine. Any other questions? All right, well, guys, make sure that you subscribe to the Deck Specialist magazine. There's some magazines over here you could take. It's a free magazine. You could get some at the entrance. And then you could stop by booth 5905 to go ahead and subscribe. But why don't we give the panelists a round of applause? Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
I hope you guys leave with some good wisdom and you're able to build better and stronger businesses. Thank you.